ॐ तत्सवितुर्वरं रूपं ज्योतिः परस्य धीमहि यन्नः सत्येन दीपयेत् सत्येन दीपयेत्। ॐ तत्सवितुर्वरं रूपं ज्योतिः परस्य धीमहि यन्नः सत्येन दीपयेत् सत्येन दीपयेत्।
Savitri, Book 11, The Book of Everlasting Day. Canto 1, The Eternal Day, The Soul's Choice and the Supreme Consummation.
Then, like an anthem from the heart's loosened cave, a voice soared up whose magic sound could turn the poignant weeping of the earth to song, of rapture and her cry to spirit song. O human image of the deathless word, how hast thou seen beyond the topaz walls the gleaming sisters of the divine gate? Summon the genie of their wakeful sleep, and under revelations, arches forced, the carved thought shredded doors to swing apart, unlock the avenues of spiritual sight, and taught the entries of a heavenlier state to the rapt soul that bore the golden key. Indeed, the secret sight man's blindness missed has opened its view past time, my chariot course, or death, my tunnel which I drive through life to reach my unseen distance of bliss. I am the hushed search of the jealous gods, pursuing my wisdom's vast mysterious work, seized in the thousand meeting ways of heaven. I am the beauty of the unveiled ray, drawing through the deep roads of the infinite night, the unconquerable pilgrim soul of earth, beneath the flaring torches of the stars.
I am the inviolable ecstasy. They who have looked on me shall grieve no more. The eyes that live in night shall see my form on the pale source of foaming steely straits that flow beneath a grey tormented sky, two powers from one original ecstasy born, pace near but parted in the life of man. One leans to earth, the other yearns to the skies. Heaven in its rapture dreams of perfect earth. Earth in its sorrow dreams of perfect heaven. Two longing to join, yet walk apart, idly divided by their vain conceits. They are kept from their oneness by enchanted fears. Sundered mysteriously by miles of thought, they gave across the silent gulf of sleep. One side by side, reclined upon my vase, like bride and bridegroom magically diversed. They wake to yearn, but never can they clasp, while thinly flickering hesitates uncrossed between the lovers on their nuptial couch. The shadowy dolon of a sword, but when the phantom flame edge fails undone, then never more can space or time divide. The lover from the loved, the space shall draw back her great translucent curtain. Time shall be the querying of the spirit's endless bliss. Attend that moment of celestial fate. Meanwhile, you, too, shall serve the dual law, which only now the scouts of visions glimpse, who pressing through the forest of their thoughts, have found the narrow bridges of the gods, wait patient of the brittle bars of form, making division your delightful means of happy oneness rapturously enhanced by attraction in the throbbing air between.
Yet, if thou wouldst abandon the vexed world, careless of the dark moan of things below, tread down the isthmus, overleap the flood, cancel thy contract with the labouring force, renounce the tie that joins thee to earth kind, cast off thy sympathy with mortal hearts. Arise, vindicate thy spirit's conquered right, relinquishing thy charge of transient breed. Under the cold gaze of the indifferent stars, leaving thy borrowed body on the sword, ascend, O soul, into thy blissful home. Here, in the playground of the eternal child, or in domains the wise immortals tread, roam with thy comrade, splendor under skies, spiritual lit by an unsetting sun. As Godheads live, who care not for the world, and share not in the toil of nature's powers. Absorbed in their self ecstasy, they dwell. Cast off the ambiguous myth of earth's desire. O immortal, to felicity arise. On Savitri, listening in her tranquil heart. To the harmony of the ensnaring voice, a joy exceeding earth's and heaven's poured down. The bliss of an unknown eternity, a rapture from some waiting infinite. A smile came rippling out in her wide eyes, its confident felicity's messenger, as if the first beam of the morning sun. Rippled along two weakened lotus pools, O besetter of man's soul, with life and death, and the world's pleasure and pain, and day and night, tempting his heart with the far lure of heaven, testing his strength with the close touch of hell. I climb not to thy everlasting day, even as I have shunned thy eternal night. To me, who turn not from thy terrestrial way. Give back the other self, my nature asks.
Thy spaces need him not to help their joy, yet needs his beautiful spirit made by thee to fling delight down like a net of gold. Yet is the chosen place of mightiest souls, yet is the heroic spirit's battlefield. The forge where the archmason shapes his works, the servitudes on earth are greater king than all the glorious liberties of heaven. The heavens were once to me my natural home. I too have wandered in star-jeweled groves, paced sun-gold pastures and moon-silver swaths, and heard the harping laughter of their streams, and lingered under branches dropping mere. I too have revelled in the fields of light, touched by the ethereal raiment of the winds. Thy wonder rounds of music I have trod, lived in their rhyme of bright, unlaboring thoughts. I have beat fifth harmonies of rapture vast, danced in spontaneous measures of the soul, the great and easy dances of the gods, who fragrant are the lanes thy children walk, and lovely is the memory of their feet. Amid the wonder flowers of paradise, a heavier thread is mine, a mightier touch. There where the gods and demons battle in night, or wrestle on the borders of the sun, taught by the sweetness and the pain of life, to bear the uneven sternness, beat the throb against the edge of some divinest hope, to dare the impossible with these pangs of search. In me, the spirit of immortal love stretches its arms out to embrace mankind. Too far the heavens for me from suffering men. Imperfect is the joy not shared by all.
Oh, to spread forth, oh, to encircle and seize. More hearts till love in us has filled thy world. O life, the life beneath the wheeling stars. For victory in the tournament with death, for bending of the fierce and difficult bow, for flashing of the splendid sword of God. Oh, thou who soundst the trumpet in the lists, part not the handle from the untried steel, take not the warrior with his blow unstruck. Are there not still a million flights to wage? O Kingsmith, clang on still thy toil begun. Weld as to one in thy strong smithy of life, thy fine curved jewelled hilt called Savitri, thy blade's exultant smile named Satyavan, fashioned to beauty, point us through the world. Break not the lyre before the song is found. Are there not still unnumbered chants to weave? O subtle-souled musician of the years, play out what thou hast fluttered on my stops. Arise from this strain their first wild plaint divine, and that discover which is yet unsung. I know that I can lift man's soul to God. I know that he can bring the immortal down. Our will labors permitted by thy will, and without thee an empty roar of storm. A senseless whirlwind is the Titan's force, and without thee a snare the strength of gods. Let not the inconscient gulf swallow man's race, that through earth's ignorance struggles towards thy light. O Thunderer, with the lightnings of the soul, give not to darkness and to death thy son. Achieve thy wisdom's hidden firm decree, and the mandate of thy secret worldwide love. Her words failed lost in thought's immensities, which seized them at the limits of their cry, and hid their meaning in the distances that stretch to more than ever speech has owned, from the unthinkable end of all our thoughts, and the ineffable from whom all words come.
श्री अरविन्दाय ॐ नमो भगवते श्री अरविन्दाय ॐ नमो भगवते श्री अरविन्दाय